Let us discuss general studies syllabus of UPSC Civil Service Examination. So first, the three stages of examination: preliminary exam, 2 papers, general studies and CSAT, Civil Services Aptitude Test. Then the main examination. The merit papers includes essay paper and 4 GS paper, GS1, GS2, GS3 and GS4. And lastly, one subject, optional subject carrying 500 marks. And the last stage of the exam is the interview, which carries 275 marks. What is the common in all these 3 stages? That is, in the preliminary, general study is determining because the merit will be counted of the candidate in GS. CSAT is only qualifying. In the main examination, except the subject of 500 marks, entire papers are GS, including essay, which is nothing but GS. And interview contains most of the things relating to GS, which means that the UPSC Civil Service Examination is dependent overwhelmingly on general studies. Therefore, we shall discuss general studies syllabus for the purpose of preparation, not from the viewpoint how it is categorized in prelims exam, paper number 1, that is general studies, how it is categorized in GS 1, 2, 3, 4 of main examination. We will discuss the GS syllabus from the point of view of preparation, that is preparation through use of coaching and preparation through use of various materials including current affairs and so many other resources. So general studies of prelims as well as mains syllabus can be categorized into basic and applied. The basic portion in entire GS, prelim as well as main exam are 5, and they are history, geography, polity, economy and science. Now, one by one, history in GS includes Indian history, ancient, medieval and modern. So, ancient history, Indian history, medieval Indian history and modern Indian history. Then, history of the world, particularly from 18th century onwards till the world wars. Then, history has the application portion of the syllabus because we have noted syllabus is basic and applied. So, art and culture, which includes Indian heritage in culture, art, literature, architecture, as well as the syllabus of post-independence, consolidation. So, after India got freedom, the consolidation of the territory of the country is to be understood. So, this in total will include history. Then, second prominent portion is geography, which includes physical geography of India, social geography of India and economic geography of India. So, physical geography of India, you can take so many concepts involving climate, ocean, landform, water bodies and so on. Then social geography of India, for example, demographics. Economic geography of India relating to the economic activities. So, agriculture, infrastructure, industry, services called primary, secondary and tertiary sector in the economy. So, economic geography. Then economic geography, you can have various examples from out of syllabus: crops, irrigation, transport, agriculture, produce, e-technology for farmers nowadays. Besides, geography will also require to understand, as of course part of physical geography, geophysical phenomena like the disasters such as earthquake, tsunami, volcano. Then world physical geography, the entire globe, and there are various types of geographical phenomena operating in different regions of the globe, so that physical geography of the world is to be understood. Then UPSC has given syllabus key natural resources and they are spread in various parts of the world, particularly in the Indian subcontinent. Then why various industries are located, primary, secondary and tertiary, in various parts of the world, including in India. So appreciation of the concepts here. Then geography applied portion in the prelim and main examination will include environment, ecology, biodiversity including climate change and disaster management. So we have just noted about geophysical phenomena like earthquake, tsunami, etc. So these are disaster and therefore disaster are to be managed, right? So geophysical phenomena called disaster and their management, which is well included in the syllabus of general studies. Then third important portion of the syllabus of GS will include Indian polity, and prominent source to study Indian polity is the Constitution of India. So Constitution of the country, so Constitution of India is to be read and understood. So every article, every provision of the Constitution must be clearly understood. So Constitution of India, we have parliamentary system and therefore we have three wings, three organs of state, legislature, executive and judiciary. Then we have the federal system where we have Union of India and States of India. Then we have local bodies, urban local bodies and rural local bodies, their constitutional provision and the administrative setup. Then various constitutional bodies like Comptroller and Auditor General, Election Commission of India, right? So various constitutional bodies which are to be read and understood. Then there are various statutory bodies, that is the legal bodies. So that legal bodies which have implications in the polity, we have to read from various sources and we have to understand their roles and responsibility and how to create a system of checks and balance in imparting governance, because polity is to give governance. So various statutory bodies, say CBI, say CVC, say there are various quasi-judicial bodies which are to give various dispute resolution and to give various relief from out of the grievances, say the institution of Lokpal and Lokayukta. So these bodies like constitutional bodies, statutory bodies are to be understood. Then we have elections in the democratic setup and the law in the country, Representation of People Act. So UPSC has noted in the syllabus that read the salient feature of the act. Then last but not the least, Indian polity, UPSC has prescribed in general studies that Indian constitutional system must be compared with constitutional system of various countries. And here UPSC has not prescribed which country of the world. Therefore, we have to take prominent countries of the world, say UK, USA, say France, Germany, Japan, China and so on. So comparison of Indian parliamentary system, that is the constitutional provision and constitutional provision of prominent countries. So it is a big task to do, to understand first our constitution and then compare salient feature of our constitutional provision with that of constitutional provision of successful countries. So successful governing countries. So constitution will give us understanding about polity, and polity also have applied portion in the general studies syllabus, we call it governance. And UPSC has noted the syllabus of governance, transparency, accountability, RTI, e-governance, citizens charter, dispute redressal mechanism, corruption, probity in governance, role of civil service in democracy, NGOs, pressure group and their role in polity, landforms in India and so on. So every portion of syllabus, the basic and fundamental portion has applied portion. in order to test the candidate's ability to apply the syllabus, because general study is to test intellectual abilities in the candidate, and therefore application of syllabus is to be clearly appreciated. Then Indian economy is the portion where there are various concepts of economy, particularly macroeconomy, then public finance, monetary policy, bank, insurance sector, stock exchange, financial system in the country, taxation system, both direct taxes, indirect taxes. There are various multilateral bodies like World Bank, IMF, WTO and so on, because all these are economic, related to economy. So these bodies must be understood. Then various aspects regarding mobilization of resources in the economy, growth and development, what is called inclusive growth, take every strata of population in the growth of the economy. Then various welfare scheme run by government for vulnerable sections of population. Then issues regarding poverty and hunger, issues regarding employment and unemployment, which every country and the economy of the country faces from time to time. Then various schemes of the government, what institutions are there to run those schemes, what bodies are constituted for the purpose, and so on. UPSC has noted all this in the syllabus. It is noted somewhere in paper 1, some portion in paper 2, paper 3 and so on. However, for the purpose of our discussion, we are summarizing it in the relevant portion of the syllabus. Then policy of the government for development of various sectors of the economy, their implementation. Then various social sector, health, education, human resources. It is the responsibility of the government to come out with successful design and policy for implementation of social sector. Then infrastructure, energy, port, railway, airport and so on, related to economy. Then investment models, effect of liberalization on the economy, industrial policy, industrial growth. Then relating to agricultural economy, farm subsidy, minimum support price, public distribution, once again relating to welfare schemes like public distribution system. Then animal rearing and technology missions, food processing industries, supply chain management and so on. So this is relating to economy, which is completely applied. So every applied portion is based on some concept. So those basic concepts first must be acquired in order to apply that concept in the practical relevance. Then the fourth portion, basic portion in the syllabus of GS can include general science, where we need to study basic concepts of physics, chemistry and biology up to class 10 level, because UPSC don't expect the candidate to be a particular specialist in the field of science. Then applied portion in technology is provided in the syllabus as development in science and technology, their application, achievement of Indian in science and technology, various new technology where Indians are participating in the development of that. Then UPSC expects the candidate that you must be aware about IT, space, computer, robotics, nanotechnology, biotechnology, intellectual property rights relating to various emerging technologies. So technological advancement, UPSC expects the candidate to be conversant of. So first you study general science, where you acquire the basic concepts from out of physics, chemistry and biology, then apply these concepts to understand technology. Then other application oriented. So we have noted 5 basic: history, geography, polity, economy and science, and we have noted basic as well as applied portion in the syllabus relating to each of the 5. In addition, in the syllabus we find various application oriented syllabus portion, and they are international relations, social issues and ethics and integrity. So first, international relations, where India and the neighborhood, regional grouping in the world, for example in Indian context SAARC, South Asian Regional Cooperation, ASEAN and so on. Then global grouping, for example World Bank, for example World Health Organization, for example United Nations. So these different international organizations must be understood, their role must be understood. Then Indian diaspora, Indians living abroad, settled over there, how they are connected with their motherland, and how India as a country can get benefit out of their role in their country wherever they are settled. So international issues, international relations is having relationship, but it is called multidisciplinary, where knowledge from history, particularly the world history, the knowledge from economy, the knowledge from out of other field of study will help to understand. So it is most interdisciplinary and current affairs relevant topic. Then social issues is one portion in the syllabus of general studies, and UPSC has noted that Indian society you must understand, diversity in India, philosophies like communalism, regionalism, secularism, communism, capitalism, socialism you must understand. You must understand how they evolved in the world, how they developed, and how they impact Indian society, because administration is for society. Administration is the face of society, be it political or administrative governance, both are the face of the society. Then social empowerment, so social sector and vulnerable sector, their growth, so social empowerment, minority groups, backward communities, scheduled caste, scheduled tribe. Then women related issues, globalization and their effect, population issues, and then very important urbanization issues and how they impact the society. So urbanization, what is their problem, what are the problem of urbanization, what remedies could be offered to solve the problem of urbanization. See, in urban areas we find congestion, traffic congestion, we find inhuman living conditions, right? We find lack of social security, we find slums, we find so many small petty and organized crime linked with slums. So urbanization, then geographical aspect relating to urbanization, right? So there may be waterlogging during rainy season. So UPSC wants the student to understand these social issues related topics. So unless one is acquainted with the 5 basic portion, application oriented portion will be just a superficial reading. Then internal security is one very important portion of social issues, although it can be read as separate portion of the syllabus. So various security forces, so paramilitary forces are there, BSF, we have CISF, CRPF, various other forces for different purposes, what is their mandate, what is their role. Then how extremism has spread in India, for example Naxalism. So how development and spread of Naxalism is linked. Then what are the challenges of internal security of India, external state as well as non-state actor and their role in internal security challenges. For example, various terrorist groups, for example the neighboring countries, say Pakistan, and their role in spreading internal security challenge in India. Then role of social networking and role of media in internal security challenge, how they pose internal security challenge, what shall be the safeguard, what are the existing arrangement and what further improvement. Then border areas and security challenge. Then organized crime, for example terrorism and security challenge, cyber security, emerging aspect, because nowadays things are being governed through internet. Then money laundering is one internal security challenge offered by terrorist organization, offered by various anti-social organizations. Last but not the least, the syllabus contains entire paper for ethics, which is in mains examination, GS paper number 4 called Ethics, Integrity and Aptitude, and UPSC wants the student to understand ethics, aptitude, attitude, various values of civil services, say objectivity, impartiality, dedication, empathy, tolerance, compassion towards weaker section and so on, emotional intelligence, how it can be applied in governance, various interpersonal skills and their use in decision making, contribution of various moral thinkers in the world as well as in India, public values, ethics in governance, public administration, then philosophical basis of governance, code of conduct, and very important, all these must be based on case studies. So, emotional intelligence, various qualities of civil servant, these are to be tested through case study based approach. So, this entire paper of general studies, GS paper 4 in the main examination, it will contain both type of questions, descriptive as well as case study based questions. So, first a student must acquire some basic concepts involving ethics, integrity and aptitude, then application of the concept. And then we have noted in the preliminary examination there is a paper called CSET which is only qualifying, and it includes something about maths and reasoning, for example basic numeracy, data interpretation, logical reasoning, general mental ability up to class 10 standard, because UPSC is not interested in asking too complex mathematics related questions, but it expects the student to understand and solve the simple maths related questions. So, this is in CSAT. In addition, in CSAT we find English comprehensions. Based on that some questions UPSC wants the student to choose the right answer, because entire prelim exam is MCQ exam, and then some question relating to decision making. So, some situation based approach questions are asked. So, in this way we find that the entire syllabus of general study is dominated by general study is dominated by 5 basic portions: history, geography, polity, economy and science, and their application. And current affairs is to test application of knowledge. Therefore, every portion of syllabus whichever the student is taking up must be connected with relevant current affairs. Not all the current affairs coming through newspapers, relevant current affairs. For example, one is preparing for polity, so any news about governor rule, any news about Rajya Sabha election, any news about nomination of a member in Rajya Sabha and so on. One is preparing about economy, so any news item relating to a Reserve Bank decision of changing the policy rate, any particular schemes of the government, any development during economic survey. One is preparing for science and technology, so technology related news coming through, say space related, some satellite is launched, some missile is tested, some defense deal is finalized with another country and so on. International relations, entire application oriented subject. Therefore, we believe that this general studies syllabus should be prepared, not all portions in one go, but it should be prepared in what is called module wise. So, the students should take up one module at one time and should undergo rigorous preparation of the module. For example, if one has started polity, so the student must complete concepts of constitution, concept regarding election and representation of people act, concept regarding comparison of Indian constitution with successful constitution of world, and then of course various current affairs coming through the study of polity. Therefore, the student whenever starting preparation for general study must not go for preparing entire GS in one go, because it will be a haphazard way. Student would not be able to come to a conclusion regarding what and how they are doing about the syllabus. So, if a student take up a portion of syllabus, for example, as we just noted Indian polity, So take 2 to 3 month time and complete the entire Indian polity, all the concepts involved. If a student is interested in joining a coaching institution or a particular institution of module, then better it is to ask the institution to provide module wise teaching rather than starting all the portion of syllabus in 7 days in a week. Focus on one single portion, because the student would be able to understand the dynamic portion of the syllabus, the current affairs of the syllabus, able to practice some questions of MCQ, able to practice some written questions. So that will give the right perspective about the syllabus, because superficial understanding of the syllabus, content of the syllabus is going to damage the interest of the student. So whichever institution a student is joining, the student must insist on asking the institution to provide the teaching of GS based on module. Or the student may not join any coaching for entire GS but for a particular module. Student can join another module either in the same institution or in another institution, depending on the judgment of the student about the quality of teaching by the teacher over there, the quality of the study material, updated material provided by the institution, the way of doubt clarification provided by the institution, how current affairs are handled and related with the basic teaching by the teacher in the institution, how this test of prelims and mains examination is handled by the institution. Because most of the time students think that first I will prepare for the syllabus and then I will join a test series, which can be one idea, but important when one is preparing for syllabus, alongside he must do something about test. It's not that one should not join test series after completing the syllabus, but along with the preparation of the syllabus, some test of prelims and mains must be done. And then module wise teaching will boost confidence of the student. So in this way, if one decides to join module wise teaching, he has to do 5 module: polity, economy, history, geography and science. Choose the institution, choose the teacher and decide about joining. After these 5 basic modules are over, one can think of joining about ethics, module for ethics. One can think of joining about module of maybe international relations. One can think of joining about module of social issues. One can think of joining about module of CSAT if one is not comfortable with maths, reasoning and English comprehension. So depending upon one's strength and weakness, one can think of joining different modules. But yes, invariably every student will have to do this 5 module, because without that, basic and applied portion of syllabus is difficult to develop command. So we hope that we have clarified in the best interest of the student. Thank you.